Hey everybody, Marcus Crawford here with the Idaho Quadcopter channel. Hey, today is the 6th of January and I am out at Julius Kleiner Park in Meridian. I have the little DJI Mini 2. The Mini 2 has proven to be just a very popular drone with a lot of folks, and today DJI came out with several updates, not only for the Mini 2 but for the Fly App as well as the RC-N1 controller. I made some notes here so I get the numbers right. The Fly App has been upgraded to version 1.9.1, and the drone itself is up to version 01.06.0200. And then the RC-N1 is now 01.11.0200. So in all three cases, it says it's optimized user experience and improved overall software stability. Now that's pretty vague, right? We don't know exactly what that means, and only DJI knows for sure. Were there problems with the previous software update? There was a recent update for the Mini 2 and the RC-N1, and now we get another one here today, and the upgrade to the app. I had just a couple of days ago plugged this into the DJI Assistant 2 and updated it to the, I think it was 06.000 that time, and now it's 200. So whatever happened, they decided that they had some things that they needed to improve, and they did it. So, but what's encouraging is that a drone like the Mini 2, which has now been superseded by the Mini 3 Pro and the Mini 3, they're still giving us updates for this guy. So I'm still thinking there's a lot of life left in this drone. Now, why is that so important? Well, for a lot of folks, the Mini 2 is all the drone they need. Yeah, does it have all the bells and whistles that the Mini 3 Pro has? No, but however, the big thing is the price advantage. So you can buy this brand new right now for $449. The Fly More kit, which is what you'd want, is $599. Now that's on DJI's website. Now there's Costco deals. My friend Ryan Duvall, I think he got a Costco deal, the Mini 2 with 2 batteries and a bag for like $389, I believe it was. So, I mean, if you can get a deal like that, jump on it. Often 2 batteries is plenty for most people, as opposed to 3 with the Fly More combo. But now, if you want to get a refurb, you can buy the refurb, just the drone and a battery and controller, for $359, and you can buy the refurb version of the Fly More combo for $479. Now, what I've found with DJI refurbs is that they're just like new. They appear new. There's really no difference. So anyway, you can buy a refurb, I think, with confidence. And also, like I said, look for those deals. Like I know Sam's Club has a similar deal. Costco has a deal. So there's deals to be had out there. Keep an eye on eBay, Amazon, etc. But enough of that. Let's quit messing around. Let's get this drone in the air. And I'm just going to do our little Ron Brown style review. We're going to fly it around. We're going to try a few things with it and just see what we see with this latest software update and see if we see any anomalies. I don't think we will, but let's quit messing around. Let's get this bird in the air. Okay, I've turned the Action 2 camera around so that you can see it. If you're wondering what kind of mobile device I'm using, I've got the iPhone 14 Pro. So that's what I'm using for this test. And I made sure and updated the Fly App. So we've got the latest software on anything. As a matter of fact, let's go in and we'll look at the safety menu here real quick. And you can see the drone is saying it's ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and go back into the attitude indicator instead of the map there. But let's click on the 3 dots. Return to home altitude. Wow, I've got that set way high. I don't know where. Oh, I think it automatically does that when you do a firmware update. But 35 meters is all we need where we're at right here. I'm going to click that distance up to no limit. Not that I'm going to fly it out that far, but anyway, max altitude is 120 meters, which is max legal. That's just under 400 feet. And then Compass is normal, IMU is normal. We can look at the battery, although, hey, that's in good shape, 4.31. And let's go to that About page so you can see the software. You can see the RC firmware, which is the RCN1 controller, and the aircraft firmware and the app version 1.91. I did update the FlySafe database as well. I always do that. So yeah, let's see. We are going to shoot in full auto, 4K, 30 frames per second. You can see we've already got 22 satellites. Let's start recording now. And so I did that on the app, and let's do an automated takeoff. So clicking on the app right now. There's that little drone, and look at how stable that little guy is. It's moving around a little bit, I guess. It's telling us that we're in a altitude zone, 150 meters. Well, you can't fly over 120 meters anyway, but anyway, let's turn it around and bring it into the camera here so you can get a look at it. And I see, if you can see the drone, you see it bucking just a little bit? Yeah, you can still see it. You can see it just a little bit. It always does that. This Mini 2 has done that for me since it was brand new. I believe that is the IMU warming up, but it is especially, the reason I believe that is because it's especially evident on cooler days. It's probably in the mid 40s here right now. It feels warm because the sun is out, but anyway, I just wanted to point that out, that hasn't been something that has been ever fixed in DJI software. That's, you know, but the drone flies fine and everything, and it's, you know, once it's on for just a second, that always stops. But anyway, let's do our droney. Just an observation. So I'm dropping the camera down here so that we can get that droney going, and holding the controller to me, and we're going to go reversing up now. Reverse and up. And I'm hitting pretty high on that up stick, and we've got the sun at the drone's back, so we're getting a pretty good view here of the park. We'll back it up a ways. Let's kick some altitude up. Let's get up there about 30 meters or so. 28, 29 meters, I guess, is where we're at. So here is the big pond. Let's do my what I usually like to do is get out here over the pond and look around a little bit and kind of get warmed up, even by doing a little, we can do a little orbit around the fountain here. And hopefully none of those seagulls like to sit in that one spot there. Let's get a little closer. We can get a little bit closer. And you know what, I'm going to throw this guy in cine mode just for the fun of it. Give myself a little bit more control, and let's do our usual spin around the fountain here. And I think this fountain is mostly here. These fountains are mostly here to aerate the water so that the fish still live. There's some ducks just landing, and then you see those seagulls right there. Now, if those seagulls take off right now, I'm probably in trouble, but they won't. They're just sitting there on the ice. I don't know. I don't think I have not had very many close calls here at all. I've seen a few birds fly by the lens, but yeah. Anyway, but it is something to be aware of. Let's grab some altitude and pick up that camera. And boy, we have a tilted horizon. I can see that for sure. Of course, I was spinning in a circle there, and I'm seeing it start to flatten out here. But we definitely had a tilted horizon there. The drone is, you know, the drone is flying great. Let me throw it back in normal mode here. So I wondered why I was going so slow. Let's pick up a little speed. Drop that camera down. Let's try another orbit. There's no people here, so we're safe. Let's try an orbit around the, and this is in normal mode instead of cine mode. So, and I like to pinch the sticks rather than thumb them. That's when I'm doing stuff like this. Gives you a little more control, my opinion at least. And you can see we got a little lens flare there as we went looked into the sun. So yeah, let's see if there's anybody over here playing pickleball. Let's take a look at this. It's funny how the landscape changes. You know, just a week or so, this was really a winter landscape. Looks like, what do we got here? We got one of the mowers. He must be just picking up leaves. Yeah, he's picking up leaves. Yep. Okay, let's take a peek over here and wow, there's nobody. Oh yeah, we got a couple folks playing pickleball here. We can get down and in and see how they're doing here. And we can zoom with this guy. Hold down the function button, and with that same scroll wheel that you move the camera with. Looks like a husband and wife team here. Yeah, got to grab that ball against the net. Okay, yeah, they've had enough. Oh no, maybe they're just switching sides. I don't know. Anyway, we'll quit bugging them and we'll move on here. Probably got hot there. Taking off a jacket is what it looked like to me. Let's grab some altitude here and go back across the park. Kind of a nice day because there's not so many people in the park here, and you know, you're not so worried about flying over the top of people. So let's get down a little lower here. And this main avenue is, you know, I don't show you guys this much because of the trees and so forth, and because often this is where people are, so I kind of stay away from it. But yeah, maybe we can get down here a little bit. Yeah, I got to watch out for we got branches encroaching on all sides here, so this is a little nerve-wracking, but yeah, discretion is the better part of valor. I'm going to go up and away here. We'll look down at Julius Kleiner there while we're doing it. Let's see if we can get on the other side of Julius. And back away, but I'm going to grab some more altitude as I do it. And there is the Julius Kleiner statue right there. Let me back away a little bit more. Like I said, I get nervous around these trees. You know, there's just a lot of branches sticking out there that could cause you to have a bad day. But let's zoom in on Julius here. I didn't line that up very well. Anyway, you're not getting a very good shot there, but that's the namesake for this park. Okay, back out. Let's pick that camera back up. Enough of that nonsense. But the drone is flying fine now. You know, we got a perfectly stable horizon right now. You know, once it's settled down, and of course I was doing an orbit there, so the drone was flying sideways. Let's kind of keep moving this way and ease the drone around. And we've got the other, and I see some people there, so we're going to avoid them. Let's get over the other pond here and drop it down. Very cool. Okay. Let's drop that camera down a little bit, and we can maybe we can try one of the quick shots here. We're still at 69% battery, which is good. So let's see if we can do, I'm going to stop recording now. I'm going to click on the film strip. We're going to go to quick shots, and I have to draw a box around. So we're going to draw a box around that, and let's see if we can, maybe I'm going to grab some altitude just to be on the safe side, because I want to make sure that I'm above every tree and everything. But we're going to do a helix here, and yeah, so it looks like we lost our point of interest. There, we got that again. So 10 meters, we can do more than that. Let's kick it up here heck, how far will this guy go? It will do 120 meter. We're going to do the max here. So we're going to click start, and we're going clockwise. And what will happen is the drone will raise an altitude as it moves around. And now I'm starting to get a little chicken here. Am I far enough away from like the sculpture there and everything? Yeah, we are. It's raising an altitude real quick, so that's good. But that's the one thing. This drone has absolutely no obstacle avoidance. So the reason you want to be careful is what you don't want to do is fly the drone sideways into something, because it doesn't know that there's something in front of it. It just knows the instructions that you're giving it. And what I was worried about was that sculpture over there. Was I high enough that I was above that sculpture as the drone was moving around? And this is the max that you can do with the Helix. So this is a big one. And when it's done, and we're not even 3/4 of the way through. We're exactly 3/4 of the way through. So it's really giving us a good view here. This is pretty cool. So we'll be out a ways. And once it's done, it should return to its starting spot. And there we are at 100%. So it's returning to the task starting point right now. Dropping an altitude on its way down to the back to the beginning. And we're still at 58% battery, so we're in good shape. You can see it's a beautiful day here today. I'm going to pick up the camera. Well, no, I was trying to pick up the camera as we went down, pick up the gimbal, and it wouldn't let me do it. So it's got that stuff stopped till it returns. Now I could click on X on the right-hand side there to get it to stop that return, and then you could just fly it away from there. Okay, we'll try some more stuff here. In fact, let's one of the things I don't know that I've ever done is a panorama of the park here. So let's try that right now. In fact, I'm going to back it off here some more, grab some more altitude. Yeah, okay, that's about right. And I'm going to click on that the Helix thing there, get out of quick shots. I'm going to go where it says Pano, and let's do a couple of them. Let's do a 180. And I'm going to click start. And we'll get a 180-degree view of the area here. It's so cool that that's built into just I'm definitely going to call this a bargain drone. So yeah, that's it. Let's click on that again, and let's do a wide angle. That's going to take a few more pictures, I believe. Or maybe not. Maybe it's less. Let's click start. Boom. Okay, let's go back into video mode, start video, and move off here to another location. We are still at 49% battery, not very far from home here, so we're in great shape. I always, like I said, I always enjoy showing these sculptures, and I see some people walking towards it there, so we're going to be cognizant of them. But this particular one, they have a labyrinth at the bottom of it that you see people walking around, and there's 3 of these identical sculptures in the park. And this is one of them with the labyrinth, and you'll see people kind of get a kick out of that labyrinth. I'm going to grab some altitude there. I saw some branches of a tree that looked like they were kind of reaching out to touch me there, so I don't want to do that. Okay, I was going to do a little, yeah, they're kind of standing there, but I was going to get over the top of the sculpture here and do one of my other favorite tricks, which is the straight up shot. Yeah, they're messing around there. I'm going to back off. We'll get out of their way. If they move off, maybe we'll try that. Are they going to go out the other side? Maybe. Looks like they are. Okay, we're good. Let's go back. We're going to go down. I'm going to go into cinema mode here. Point the camera straight down, and the point of it is here, I'm going to try and get right over the top of the sculpture here. Drop some more altitude. And I'm going to get pointed this direction, and as I spin, I want to lift up the camera, and so I want to do a kind of a reveal on the park. So there we go. So I'm going to do all of this on the left stick, and then using the scroll wheel to pick the gimbal up. So I'm going to move the left stick up and to the left, and we're going to get a spin, a counterclockwise spin. And as I move around, I'm going to slowly pick up the camera, see if I can do this, and get a reveal of the park. Boom. Yeah, that worked out okay. Okay, 38% battery. Let's come back to us. Let's click it into sport mode. Let's try the speed on this guy, right? So, full stick forward, and you saw it kick the camera down, which is perfectly normal for this drone. It'll kick that camera down because as it pitches forward, if it didn't do that, you'd be looking right at the nose of the drone. But let's see, we're getting up to, the thing, I think this thing is supposed to do 15 meters per second, and we're at about 13 now. So, and I can hear the drone, it's right next to me now. And we'll turn around and we'll go the other direction just for the fun of it and see how it does. See what we do for speed. Let's point it, pick up that camera again, and it'll probably kick the camera back down, but we'll see here. The right stick full forward right now. And it hasn't kicked the camera down yet, and we're getting more speed up, so it must have been going into the wind. Yeah, look at, there's 15.3, shoot, nearly 16. Will we hit 16? We hit 15.9 there. That's pretty darn quick. Yeah, so there definitely is there definitely must be a headwind coming back this way, although I feel barely any breeze at all right now. Okie dokie, we are at 25% battery. I'm going to do a return to home. I'm going to throw it back in normal mode, and I'm going to do return to home on the controller, holding that button down. And the drone will come back to us. Now, this drone does not have precision landing, but let's see how close it gets to the landing pad. Yeah, the only anomaly that I saw on this flight, this thing operated 100%, other than we did have a little bit of a tilted horizon after we did that manual orbit, but it immediately flattened itself back out. So, you know, if we're nitpicking, that's something that I saw. But other than that, God, I just get back to what a tremendous value this drone is. And it, you know, moving right along, coming back to us. So yeah, low battery, return to home. It says it kicked that camera back up like it does there when it came to a stop. Look at how close it is. I've got the crosshairs right on the, and it's reorienting itself. Yeah, now it's coming down, maybe. Yeah, now it's coming down. It's pretty darn close to that pad. It's going to be a little bit off, but we'll see how it, if it gets any closer as it comes down. We'll see. We'll stop at and we'll land it on the pad if it doesn't look like it's going to hit. And I don't think it is. It's just coming straight down. It's going to be a little bit off. So the way you do that is you got a pause button on the controller. I just hit that pause button and it stopped. And of course the drone wants to land now. It's low enough on battery. It's squawking at me. I'm throwing it in cine mode, bringing it back. We'll get it right over the pad here, and we'll pull the, what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull that left stick straight down. So left stick straight down. Let's see if we hit the pad. And boom. Picks up the camera there. And you saw my, a little message on my screen there telling me to get more sleep. But anyway, there we are. Let's stop recording. That's one of the things you want to do on this drone is stop recording. If you don't, you could end up with a corrupted file. It's a file that didn't close itself out. So we're going to stop recording. Let me get everything shut down and we'll do a quick conclusion. Hey, okay, the DJI Mini 2. What a cool little drone, and so cool that DJI is still putting out firmware updates and keeping this little drone current and flying great. That was a great flight. I mean, I didn't see any problems with that at all, other than what I already talked about, a little bit of a tilted horizon at one point. Other than that, it operates perfectly. Oh, I guess I should mention, yeah, I get that little buck when I first start mine up. Some people get that, some people don't. Mine has done that since it was brand new, and I don't know, I've had it for, I think, a couple of years now. Still really enjoy flying this guy. It's also a fairly speedy little drone, right? For a little mini drone, it can pitch forward enough that we got it almost up to 16 meters per second. That's pretty cool. That's about 35 miles per hour or so, some 36, somewhere around there. So fairly quick. Anyway, we tried out just a couple of little things with it to show you a few of the tricks that this drone has. That Helix is one of my favorites. One of the things that you get with the Mini 2 that you don't get with like the Mini 3 is the prop guards. This thing is pretty cool and it's needed. I wish I had it for the Mini 3. Keeps your props, keeps it from the props from sticking when you're pulling it in and out of the bag and so forth. So, and they also, what they include with this that you don't get on like the Mini 3 or the Mini 3 Pro is a charge block. You get a charger with this guy. You don't get that on the Mini 3. So truthfully, a more complete package. Anyway, enough jibber jabber again. That's about it. This is Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel out. And if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel. Most of all, I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. And yeah, the little DJI Mini 2, just a really cool little drone that I can still recommend. All right, see you guys later. Bye.